This is Ron Edwards, Master Sommelier and Director of Wine Education for Winebow Fine Wine and Spirits. Another wonderful wine from Rita. Today we're going to taste the Giusto di Notri 2018. The Giusto di Notri is named after the patron saint of Notri, where the vineyard is, and the patron saint is Giusto. So that's where the name comes from. And this is a classic Bordeaux blend from this winery, known far and wide for their Bordeaux blends. And this is the 80-10-10 rule: 80% Cabernet Sauvignon, 10% Merlot, and 10% Cabernet Franc. The Tuscan coast is absolutely perfect for growing Bordeaux varietals, and we end up with wines that are sort of an in-between point between what we would expect out of Bordeaux and what we would expect out of warmer regions, perhaps like Napa or even South America. So let's find out what Rita is offering us today in this well-known bottling, and go from there. The nose is just plain classic. It just screams of Bordeaux varietals. It's awesome. Black currants, juiced. There's blackberry in there. There's black plum. There's a little bit of a mint note. There's just a little kind of wave towards the idea of green pepper. The oak on this wine is actually not all new. It's new. It's first and second year, and so because of that, the nuance is a little more subtle. And yes, it's vanilla extract, and there's clove, and there's mocha, but it's not on top of the fruit. It's alongside of the fruit, which I think is super charming. There's also a darker. There's like the beginnings of cassis in there as well, which is that blackcurrant juice, but turned into liqueur, of course. And I also pick up this sort of dusty farm, freshly plowed field kind of note, which I think is sort of, I could have called it mushroom, so it's kind of both. Let's taste it. Exactly what you want when you drink a wine that's 80% Cabernet Sauvignon. It's got grip, and it's rich, but it's not overly velvety. It's got a little bit of an angular nature to it, but then the fruit comes through, right? So you've got tannin drying you out. It lets go, and then comes the black currants and the blackberries and the black plums. There's a little bit of red plum in the palate that I didn't expect, and then comes that next layer, which I'm enjoying now, which is the herbal side that comes from the Cabernet family, especially when you include Cabernet Franc. And there's roasted pepper, and there's it's closer to spearmint than regular mint, and a little waft of fresh cut green pepper and when you combine all that together, it's just like, wow, this is such classic Bordeaux varietal wine, especially driven by Cabernet Sauvignon. So let's see what else shows up in the second sip. In the second sip, it starts to speak more of the classic cedar notes, which is also very typical Cabernet Sauvignon and Cabernet Franc, especially when you combine it with oak. Then is added this mocha coffee chocolate combination, which I believe is an oak nuance on the wine, and then back into the aromatic spices, primarily clove added on top of this, and then it goes back into the fruits and herbs, and it's got this really long complicated and pleasurable finish. There is a reason that Rita is so highly regarded, and it's because of wines like this. This wine is absolutely gorgeous, and if you are a fan of Cabernet Sauvignon based wines worldwide, this is the kind of wine you've been looking for. So I recommend you go out and find a Giusto di Notri from Rita. Any vintage will do. I'm tasting the 2018. I think it'll make you really happy.